To show you several ways of adding a different weld size into a labor code, or at least being able to account for it on your estimate. I get this question pretty often because normally what you see in your labor codes is a 1/4 inch fillet weld. So let's go down to like a plate Y code for welding around the side. And this is pretty typical of what you see on the formulas tab here is a fillet weld 1/4 inch. And if I uncheck this, you'll see most of the, if not all of the welds are probably at 1/4 inch if you haven't already changed them. So there's several ways to handle this. I'm probably going to do several videos on this just to show you different ways. One of the first ways is to create a different code that will have a different size weld for you. So let's say you wanted a Y code, but you needed to use a 3/8 weld size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another code to start with, and then I'm going to add in a formula for 3/8 welds, and then we'll put that in the labor code. So with the Y selected, I'm going to hit new, and whenever I do this, I like to kind of utilize labor code that's very similar to it, and then call the labor code basically the same thing. I'm just putting in 0.375, or maybe I'll just do 3/8, so I'll know that that's a 3/8 rather than 0.375. So then I'll go welded around side, 3/8 inch weld. Okay, so now I've got my labor code created, and what I still have though is this 1/4 inch weld. And if you'll see, there is no 3/8 inch weld here for me to pick here. So I'm going to need to create a formula first. So I'm going to go to labor code maintenance up top, and then formula maintenance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to where I see these two weld formulas in this list, and then I'm just going to basically copy it and then change the weld size from 1/4 inch to 3/8. So this is, first one is fillet weld manual at 1/4 inch by thickness. So let me go find that. Fillet weld manual at 1/4 inch times thickness. So, and I'm going to do the manual weld. You may have fillet weld semi or auto, but manual is what's in this database I'm looking at. So I just hit new formula here, and it's basically copied this 1/4 inch one, and I'm going to change this from 1/4 inch to 3/8 right there and add that formula. You'll see that it adds it at the bottom. I'm actually going to move it up to where those other ones are, just so it'll be a little bit easier. I like to keep them in the same area. So fillet weld at 1/4 inch. Let's move it back down. Okay, so then I need to also do the same with fillet weld manual at 1/4 inch times the length. So let's look for that one. Fillet weld manual 1/4 inch times the length. So I'm going to do the same thing here. New, change this to 3/8. Add that formula. Well, let's go ahead and move it up as well. So move it back down here. So now you'll see there I've got both of those created. And when I close this, you should see right here now that there's those two 3/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the same welds on there and then remove these. And so when I save that, I should now have a 3/8 weld on all of those, and that should be available to use in the estimate. So this is one way of doing it. If you want to add in a specific size weld into a labor code, this is one way of doing it. I'll come back in the next couple of days and give you another option for this as well. Rather than changing labor code like this, I'll give you another way to change the labor code to add in a weld, and then I'll give you a third option as well, how you can just add the size that you want without having to do a labor code. So check back with me then. Let me know in the comments if you got any questions.